Welcome to the official press conference ahead of the Leagues Cup 2025 match between Portland Timbers and Atlético San Luis, scheduled for July 30th at Providence Park. We will now welcome Portland Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Thank you, and we'll begin today's press conference. Please raise your hands for any questions.
Bill, new manager for Atlético de San Luis, one bit read. You're already done had a challenge of having a scout team. You need how to figure out their identity so well.
Well, I think the quality of the manager on the team, it was apparent in the last three games about how clear his identity in the system is. So I think as an outstanding coach, I've heard lots of good things about him. His team play a really good style of football. And like I said, there's a clear identity. Sometimes when you watch teams and you can't see that, but with this team, it's really clear. And I always think with Mexican teams as well, because of their different style of football in their country, it's sometimes difficult to scout teams in Mexico because of just the transition style in which they play. But I think with this team, it's a clear identity, and we're really clear about how we want to play and how we want to attack this game tomorrow night.
Hey, Coach. Anthony training with the first team today, at least going through warm-ups with them, then on the side for the more intense portion. Just how has his recovery been going?
Oh, I think he's made great progress over the last 3 or 4 days. He trained with the team yesterday. Today was a more low-key type day. I'd say that in the next 10 days, 2 weeks, he's going to be back featuring for us. We've got to be. Well, I think we've been really sensible in our approach anyway. You know, he's a speed type player with an hamstring injury. You said 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to be the 8 weeks and maybe a touch more. But I think he's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. He's on the grass a lot more. He's with the team a lot more. And we're at that most. I'd say this is the worst time for a football, because the minute you get on the grass, they want to start playing. But we've got a lot of games coming up. Hopefully, back end of next week. Definitely for the Cincinnati game. I think is it Cincinnati after Dallas? I think he'll definitely be back in contention.
And then just another question about how this tournament coming now in the middle of the season, not taking a month break before it, just how has the team been preparing specifically for this tournament in general?
Well, I think the changes that have been made are absolutely fantastic. I really do. I like the format of the competition. You know, with the games condensed in a short space of time, means that you don't have too much downtime in between league games, which I think is really important. I think it's better for the Mexican sides as well to condense the games. You've got obviously two sides to the draw, and you have a situation where, like I said to the team today, win all 3 games and still not get through. So goals scored, goals conceded, yellow cards. This is not just a game that you've got to win. You've got to perform well, score goals, keep clean sheets. And you cannot rest in these games, because the odd goal or the yellow card here and there, when it comes to the tie breaks, could go a long way. And then you think about the penalties at the end of the game. We think every team's probably practicing their penalties and making sure that, because that's another point that you could add on. So 6 points, I don't feel will get you through in this competition. I think to finish in the top 4, you're going to have to go 7 to 9 points, and which means that it's going to be a real. Every team will go for it, which I think is why the competition is good. Every team will have to go for it and try and win the games, score goals.
Hey, Phil, big win last Friday, kind of a momentum changer for an MLS season.
Yeah.
You've been in competitions like this mid-season. How, as a player, do you manage the different competitions, especially when you have, the main season possibly changing momentum, or you get a little bit of confidence, and then you've got to manage essentially starting over in this?
Yeah, well, I think this is a reward for where we finished last season, because only the top playoff teams got in this competition. I think my words to the team this morning is that you cannot pick and choose when you want to win games of football or what competitions you want to win. I played for a club in England that every competition that you played in, you had to try and win that competition. And, you could have external voices telling you that, we're concentrating on the league. For me, that's a lot of rubbish. We're in the Leagues Cup. We want to win a Leagues Cup. You just seen the progression from the Leagues Cup takes you into maybe a club or the CONCACAF Champions League, into the Club World Cup. Everyone wants to be playing at the top level. So I said to my team today, if you want to play at the top level, these are the games that you've got to win. And Dallas in 10 days' time will look after itself after these 3 games. We've got 3 really difficult games against 3 really big Mexican sides, and I think it's a chance for us to test ourselves against the best, and the experience that we'll get out of these games will stand us in good stead for the MLS games.
Yeah, Phil, you said like in the formats a lot more urgency in the games, and that put your minds a little bit in terms of rotation of giving some of the other guy, maybe Sawyer Jura, getting me as a chance.
I will rotate, and there may be opportunities for a couple of the younger players, but I've got to say I've got 23 senior players at this moment in time that all need games. Zach McGrath will feature in the 3 games at some point. He's not had any football since the Tacoma game, so he needs to build some minutes in these games. Eric Miller needs to play some minutes to keep him. Omir Fernandez, Ari Lassiter, these are players that need to play, but so too do the other players that have been playing every minute. You think about we cannot just put people to the side and say you're going to play against Dallas, because we need to keep rhythm, we need to keep momentum, we need to keep fitness and game time and cohesion within the team. And what I would say is that we're going to go strong in every single game. And I think that's really important for this competition. This is a competition that we want to win. This is a competition that we want to go deep in. And I think the new format, what the new format promotes is going for goals, going for the wins is the most important thing.
Any more questions on site? We will shift over to Zoom. Pao, you can go ahead. Adelante, Pao.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Hi.
Paulina Benavente from Pop Deportes. I would like to know what are the expectations for this game, or what you have been able to analyze from Atlético de San Luis.
Well, I mean, they've only played 3 games, so I think we've watched every single game. They've obviously played 2 brilliant teams in Chivas and Monterrey as part of that start to the season, so they've had a real tough start to the season. But they've competed in all those games, and I say they play to a really high level. We played Lyon here last year, and I thought they were an outstanding team. And I think we're going to be playing against a really good team in San Luis, a really well-coached team, technical team, tactical team, players that are dangerous, and it's a good test for us.
Pao, any other question? Any other question from Zoom? I don't go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Hey there.
Aaron, Timbers Radio.
Hi, now.
Just wanted to quickly ask, anything you'll try new for laced up as you come towards the end of the season? Set pieces were interesting last year. Is there something else you guys have going into this? Thanks a lot.
Not really. There are opportunities to experiment on set plays, different movements, setups and set plays. There might be opportunities to take penalties. Hopefully there won't be, but there might be an opportunity to take penalties, because when you get to the playoffs later in the season, the draw tied games go to penalties. So that's another opportunity. It's funny because the MLS Next Pro players that are in our squad, they get used to that and exposed to that regularly. So that's something that we need to be prepared for from a taking and a defending of penalties from a goalkeeping point of view. But I think what we want to do, we want to build consistency. We want to build consistency and rhythm and momentum. And having a W in the column is far better than having a loss in the column. So we just want to build consistency and momentum in everything that we do. That takes us then into the last 10 games of the season.
Any other questions on Zoom? With that, we will conclude today's